Hey, what's up? GW coming to you live. Yeah, not the original, not the format most of you are used to. But I want to tell you a story about this printer, scanner, fax thing, whatever it is. First of all, it's made by Brother, and I know they have a pretty good reputable reputation. However, this is sitting on the floor because of a couple reasons. Number one, we bought it from Staples. We hooked it up to our PC, and it worked for the most part very well for the first 2 weeks. Then I don't know what happened. It just kicked itself offline. I reinstalled the drivers about 3 times and it didn't work. Then, after I had done that, it actually decided to clean itself when it was hardly ever used. My wife only used it about 3 or 4 times. So we called for assistance, and being as we bought it through Staples, they said, okay, call Brother and we'll see what we can do. I said, okay. So I go ahead and call Brother. They send an update through, and it worked for another, I would say, month, right? And we didn't use it all that much, but it seemed on the outside that it was working pretty well. Then it shut itself off. Then it said that the drivers didn't even exist after I had put them in, right? So I'm like going, okay, what the hell's wrong with this thing? So the next thing I know, it starts printing test pages out of the blue. We didn't even hit that option. It just starts spitting it out. And it keeps telling us that it's not hooked up to our computer. But it's like, okay, how can it not be hooked up to our computer whenever it was running fine and my wife printed stuff out? Then a driver update came and I put it through. And again, it actually made the performance worse. So at this point, my wife calls Brother, and you know what? Brother support assistance is not the most reliable of all people. They want to get in here and they want to get in through our machine to see what's going on. My wife has told them many times that we cannot get into the machine because it doesn't exist on our printer or on our computer. When you put this thing into a computer, right, when you had it hooked up, it said Brother, it gave the name and number, and it said PDF. That is not a PDF. That is an actual printer. So Brother was virtually useless, so we ended up calling Staples. Staples kept telling us to call Brother to get them to close the case so that we can actually get a new one. Brother didn't even want to budge. In fact, the last representative we talked to said that this printer, fax machine, scanner does not exist. Now you guys are looking at it, okay? You guys are looking at it. Brother, there's your thing. It's clearly a Brother scanner fax machine. So how could it not exist if I'm looking at it? My wife has sent pictures to this guy. This guy claims that we're pulling a fast one. It says Brother right on it. So they didn't want to help out at all. So we called Staples again, and the lady's like, well, you can't take it back. Even though we have a warranty on this through Staples, we cannot take it back, okay? Because we have to go through Brother. Now I want to show you guys something else. Here is the box that it came in, okay? There is the thing. Brother. So Brother printers and Brother anything to me is probably the most worthless, company on the face of the earth because they don't want a backup service. Now, clearly, like I said, you guys know it exists. I've just showed you. You've also seen that it says Brother on the side. What did I do? Copy and paste that? No. So, regardless, we have no other option but to swallow the $250 we spent on it, which is pathetic because no one wants to help us out in getting us something that works. So my wife is not going to buy a Brother anything, so we're going to go with something else. But I just wanted to share that with you because it is the kind of thing that you can fall into when you are not when people give you the runaround, right? And to me, it's ridiculous. So this thing is going to go in the garbage, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. I told brother, I said, why don't we send this back to you? Oh, we don't do that. Okay, so I can't even send this thing in to get serviced, which is really stupid because if you're a good company, you back it up. But I don't want to keep bashing brother. Maybe there was a lot of miscommunication, or maybe they just have to go by rules and regulations. But the point is, we bought the thing, like I said, $250, right? And it's worthless. It worked a month. Now, there's a 90-day limited warranty on this. We've also put an extended 2-year warranty on this. No one will cover it. Makes me sick that nobody wants to take responsibility and say, okay, you spent your hard-earned money. Here you go. If it doesn't work, bring it back in. We'll do it. We'll switch you out another one. So this thing is going to go in the garbage, and we are not ever buying another brother product again. But that's not to say that all brother products are like this. Just this one. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's that. So I wanted to share that with you. Again, consumer trap. I don't want anybody falling into it. Now, another weird thing about this is that when we did buy this, all the cables and everything were supposed to be in the box. They were not. We had to special order print cables that hook up into your HDMI or USB to run this thing. This thing is also wireless. We put in our router number, the whole 9 yards, and it comes back and says no network found. I had to do a rescan 5 times and finally got it to work because the setup for the driver is really stupid. So they made this thing ridiculous. The only good thing is they gave you a lot of ink, okay? And we still have ink. We've never used it. Nothing is going on. And that was the other weird thing. Like every time it cleaned itself, it kept saying low on ink. I would pull the ink cartridge out. It would be full. So I don't know. This thing is like, possessed or something. So enough about that printer. We are going to shift gears and we are going to talk about a movie that I just watched that I think it's a perfect start for the Halloween horror marathon kickoff. And we're talking about The Howling from 1980. Stars Dee Wallace, and it's about werewolves. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's a great entry point, and it's probably one of the best werewolf films ever made. It spawned 7 sequels. The top 3 were the mainstay. The rest of them shot right to home video, but this one is the one you want to start with. Dee Wallace plays a news reporter. Kevin McCarthy's in it too. He works at the news station where Dee Wallace works. Dee Wallace's character is named Karen. She is attacked by a serial killer who is a werewolf. Traumatically disturbed by the attack, she goes to a commune via her doctor. Her doctor says, hey, you need to get away for a little while. She goes to a commune and finds out that there's a lot of hidden stuff that links the serial killer werewolf phenomenon. And it's great. And the special effects are done by Rob Bottin, who was really big in the 80s. He did the special effects for The Thing, I believe. The John Carpenter, Kurt Russell deal. So definitely check it out. Howling 2 basically was just thrown together. We're going to get to that later. Howling 3, The Marsupials, was set in Australia. And the sequels just kind of got stranger and stranger as it went on. They did try to revitalize the franchise years ago with The Howling Reborn. I have not seen that film, but apparently it didn't do well because I haven't heard of anything Howling related coming out yet. The first 2 movies are available on 4K and Blu-ray, and you can check them out. The special effects are amazing for the time period. The gore is pretty good. There's not much of it, but there is. But the werewolf effects are great. And it's a good starting point for the kickoff of the horror, like I said, horror season here coming in from, now till the end of October. It's definitely worth checking out. And if you haven't seen it, it's an 80s gem, and I think it's highly underrated. But it is one of the best werewolf films you can ever see. Bar none. Story is great. There's twists and turns that, if you haven't seen it, won't see coming. Now, the only thing that I have to tell you is once you start getting into the sequels, everything is pretty much standalone. You don't have to. I think 1 and 2 are the only two that go together. And I know 2 suffered a lot of rewrites. They were also books, believe it or not. There was a series of books. The second one is a little bit cheesy. It takes the film into Transylvania territory where they have to kill the queen of the werewolves, and it's a whole nother review for a whole nother time. But the only thing I can say is the werewolf effects are great. Like I said in the first one, there is some stop motion stuff, but you know what? It's not cheesy. It's not hokey. It's not anything. It's pretty good. But yeah, so I've been dealing with this printer, deal going on. And I also want to say, big shout out to Casey, Emily, Connor, Kayla, and the Main Street Mouseketeers, who are very influential to my channel. I was going to talk about them a lot. They are in Florida now. They're doing the whole Florida thing. It's 2 people that me and my wife really know very well, who have been nothing but amazing to us, who have been great. And they got in Florida yesterday, and you know what, guys? They didn't even get to enjoy it. It rained on them. So hopefully they did something last night that's pretty cool. We're going to keep in touch. But I just want them to know, if they do watch this, I'm glad you guys made it safe. I hope you guys make it back, and work is not the same without you. So big props to the Mainstream Mouseketeers. Also, big prop to two of my guys that I play video games with, my man Undead, my man Green. They are amazing, and I just wanted to come on publicly and say thank you for all the help you've given me. They're the guys that, will play Neo, and Dark Souls, and they'll just ace everything. I mean, they are that good. I go into a game like that, I'm scared, but they help you out, and they're really awesome people, and I know them in real life, and they're really cool. And, I could sit here till I'm blue in the face and say thank you for helping me progress in those games, but to them, it's nothing. I mean, they get a click going, and they just run through everything. And I just wanted to say, hey, man, thank you. And no amount of appreciation to me can equal, what you guys done for me. I know it's video games and they're not really that important, but when you're stuck on a boss, you get frustrated and you have no help. They're the guys that come in and take you levels and levels above what you should have been. But the big story here is this brother printer. And like I said, I'm not telling anybody not to buy this. I'm just saying that, we had a warranty. They didn't like it. They didn't want to cooperate, Brother nor Staples. I said to the lady at Staples, can't we just drop it off? And they're like, no, because when you buy an extended warranty, you're not getting it through them. You're getting it through the company. And it's been a pain in the ass. And there's no solution. Nobody wants to help us out. So I hope other people see this, and I hope other people kind of, deal with this. Also, the doctor that I had been going to see, I know this is a sidebar, but I'm going to tell you guys everything because I haven't been on here in a little bit. The doctor I went to see is leaving her practice in October, and I don't know if she'll ever see this, but if she does, I just want to say thank you. Because you guys know I cut that other video about the one doctor that I seen that I still hate with a passion. And when I came to this doctor's office and I told my current doctor about all this, she could not believe what she was hearing. She couldn't believe there were people in the medical field like this. And it just shows you the difference between a doctor that just doesn't care and a doctor with heart. And I have known my current doctor for a long time, and I got to tell you, I am going to cry whenever you retire or move away from the practice, because you were so good to me and my wife, and you made us feel like we mattered, and you were always cool. You didn't make us take unnecessary tests. You never held medication over my head. You never treated me less. You never passed judgment on me, is what I'm saying, or my wife. And my current doctor, Sarah, I just want to say thank you for sticking around and being open-minded, and you really rock. So big ups to Sarah McCann. And Lynette, I appreciate everything you do for me and my wife, and you will be missed. And if it's not too much to say, we loved you as a doctor, we loved you as a friend, and we loved you as someone we could trust and somebody who has a good heart. And Sarah, I know you exhibit that in 100%. And I think I said too much, guys. So, yeah, but yeah, watch Brother products. That's the lesson for today. Watch Brother products. And again, clearly they said this doesn't exist. You guys are looking at it. You guys saw it. And I don't know what's going on, but this thing's going to go in the trash. And hopefully that's the end of that. Anyway, peace out. We'll catch you on the next one.